the martyrs clearly remember their lives on earth, including at least some of the bad parts. They even remember that they were murdered, because one of the things that I hear all the time is, well, okay, if anybody in heaven can remember anything that happened to them on earth, obviously they can't remember the bad things, because if they remembered the bad things, then heaven wouldn't be heaven for them. Does this passage utterly disprove that premise? It does. For crying out loud, they remember they were murdered. How much worse does it get? Right? So maybe what makes heaven heaven is not to have a memory wipe, but it's that you gain an eternal perspective and see the hand of God and the plan of God. Does that make sense? It's not. There's so many people that just say, well, they couldn't possibly know what's happening on earth, because if they did, then it wouldn't be heaven for them. Well, it's heaven for God, and He knows. It's heaven for the angels. They know. Why couldn't people know? 13, martyrs in heaven pray for judgment on their persecutors who are still hurting others. They are acting in solidarity with and in effect interceding for the suffering saints on earth. At least indirectly, by calling upon God to bring judgment on those, they're saying, stop those killers. So it's not just bringing judgment on those people because of what they did to them, but killers are killers, and they're continuing to do it. This suggests that saints in heaven both see and at least sometimes pray for saints on earth. Now, the moment you say something like that, people say, oh no, now we're getting into Roman Catholic doctrines about praying to the saints. No. Did anyone say anything about praying to the saints? Do you see the difference between the issue of praying to the saints and asking the question, do the saints pray for us? These are saints in heaven who are calling upon God to bring judgment on killers on the earth, the killers of the righteous on earth. I think it's not much of a stretch to think of that as a prayer. Talking to God and asking Him to do something with maybe not simply their interests in mind, but the interests of innocent people on earth. Maybe a little bit of speculation, but I think probably reasonable.